Welcome to Amsterdam University College. My name is Grace and I was a student here at AUC. My major was sciences, specifically the neuroscience track. Today I'll be showing you around the dorms and the AUC academic building to give you an idea of what you can expect if you choose to study here at AUC. Let's go inside. We're now in the AUC academic building at Science Park 113. This is where almost all classes for AUC students take place. Normally, the building is full of people studying, working hard, hanging out at the cafeteria, or working in project rooms. Right now, you'll notice it's a bit different with the coronavirus measures in place for safety. As for now, we're still having classes on campus, but everyone is just a bit more cautious. Right now, we're on the ground floor. I want to show you the canteen and what we call the common room. Students and staff come together here to have coffee, eat lunch, relax between classes. The canteen is great for having a quick bite to eat, and their menu changes every day. A daily ritual of mine was having their soup. It's a delicacy. The common room is where many events take place, and AUC students can host their events here for free. Right now, as you can see, it's a classroom. But usually events like TEDx AU College, climate change conferences, Model MUN, and an inter-UC tournament all take place here. It's really cool to see how the space can change so quickly. Here is the office of the AUC Student Association and the AUC Student Council. These two groups are at the heart of campus life. The Student Council represents students' academic interests and general well-being, while the Student Association is responsible for everything related to social life at AUC. In my second year at AUC, my fellow board members and I were in charge of more than 25 committees that cater to all audiences and interests. What's cool is that students can also start their own committee if they have a passion for it. All you have to do is submit a proposal and get funding from the AUCSA. Now we're heading up to the first floor to have a look at where classes take place. This is one of the spots where the building really looks unique. The AUC building is actually pretty new and was completed in 2012. It was designed by Meccano architects specifically for the AUC program. And the guiding principles, as you can see, were transparency and openness. I think you can really see this in the amount of light and glass. The building actually won the Amsterdam Architecture Prize in 2013, and the design helps to give it a cozy, home-like feel. When going through the building, I always like to show what we call the Dijkgraaf Auditorium. This is actually the largest classroom on campus, and you'll see that it's really not an auditorium at all. This is because classes are limited to a maximum of 25 students per class, and you'll usually only be in the Dijkgraaf if you're taking a larger exam or having a guest lecture. Just up here, you can see an example of one of the many project rooms on campus. These are small spaces throughout the building that you can use to work on group projects without getting distracted or interrupted. They're super practical and come in handy when you don't want to study at home or in the library. I just wanted to stop in and show you some typical AUC classrooms. As I said, there are no large lectures at AUC, and the maximum class size is 25, even though you usually have fewer people than that in your classes. People often ask what classes are like, and they really tend to focus on interaction and cooperation between students from different disciplines and perspectives. This leads to debates, group work, and discussion at the center of coursework. Another thing I'm grateful for is that I was able to collaborate with my peers in an interdisciplinary manner, which is a pillar here at AUC. This is the Darwin Area. It's a large, bright space that's a bit like the living room of AUC. Students come together to work between classes, study for final exams, and do their readings. During busier times like finals and midterms, the Darwin area really comes to life. As you can see, it's empty because many students are taking classes online. On the second floor, you'll also see some of the staff offices. With the glass walls, you can always see when lecturers are in. Tutors are available for meetings at short notice, and students are encouraged to frequently discuss their classes and career plans with tutors. Having a regular checkup with my own tutor transformed my university experience, and it is something I truly appreciated about AUC. I want to finish up my tour of the academic building by showing you another popular study area called the Darwin Area. This corner space on the 3rd floor is quite versatile and can even be used as a small event space. And as you can see now, it's a classroom. From here, you also have a view of the other locations and institutes at Science Park. Now that this portion of the tour is complete, I want to show you the student residences, which is just a 5-minute walk from the academic building. All 900 students at AUC live together on campus for all 3 years of their study. We are really lucky we get to have this option, and I do not think we could have gotten a better deal. Not only because finding housing in Amsterdam is seriously stressful, but because we can study and live with our friends. This led me to the feeling that I was part of AUC's tight-knit community. There's always something going on in the dorms. Weekly dinners, study sessions, and most events are only 2 minutes away from the comfort of your own home. Trust me, you won't want to leave after your 3 years are done. And here we are at the student dorms. If you choose to come study here at AUC, you get to choose from 3 different types of rooms in these 3 buildings. Let's go inside. There are 3 general types of rooms, and I'm going to show you an example of each. I want to emphasize that when you arrive at AUC, your room will be unfurnished, meaning you need to buy your furniture and appliances when you get here. It may seem a bit daunting at first, but it's actually very manageable. There are a number of Facebook groups where you can buy items from fellow students. You can arrange to buy furniture from former tenants over the summer, or even go to IKEA. We even have a laundry room in 2 of the 3 buildings. It's not free, but it's convenient. The first type of room I want to show you is the single. This style of room is the most common on campus, with around 600 rooms of the 900 living spaces being single studio style rooms. Each of these types of rooms have their own bathroom and kitchen facilities. I love having my own space. As you can see, for me, books are a must. Many students get creative with their furnishing, and there are all kinds of possibilities for decorating your room to your liking. You can always indicate a preference for a certain style of room when you're applying to AUC. The earlier you apply, the more likely you are to get your first choice. In a double room, you live with a roommate, and you can decide how you want to divide the space. For example, you could share a bedroom and have a separate living space. Or, as you can see here, you can make 2 separate bedrooms. The final type of room is the largest and is more like a full apartment. The apartment consists of a big living room and kitchen on the ground floor and 2 bedrooms on the upper floor. Each bedroom is shared between 2 people. Being the largest of the apartments, it's certainly the most social option. I've even had friends who've moved out of their single rooms into a 4-person room. That said, it's also possible to switch your room while at AUC. You can usually request a change at the end of your first year. So if you want to change, you can, but you don't have to, and many people end up keeping the same room for all 3 years. Sometimes you just need a bit of fresh air, and that's easy to find at the dorms. In each corridor, residents have access to common rooms or shared balconies, which are in full use when the sun is shining. If that's not enough, between each of the dorm buildings there are courtyards. These are great for picnics, reading, or just hanging out. During the year, there are events that take place where all AUC students come together to celebrate. We've reached the end of our tour. I hope I've given you a good idea on how it is to live and study at AUC. Please feel free to contact us via the website or talk to a student real-time via UniBuddy. We hope you enjoyed it. Bye!